better daily, where we work hard in our minds, bodies, and our spirits to become 1% better every single day. Download the app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live to catch the video version of these podcasts. Here's your host and my dad, Alex Van Houten.
What's up, Betterment family? This is Alex Van Houten with Better Daily Live. Happy Thursday. It's Word Thursday, and the word today is blessing. Thank you guys for joining me so much in this live. I'm going to share with you some meditations on this very interesting and powerful word. It's kind of difficult. Honestly, I don't even know what's about to come out of my face, so get excited. Good morning, Scott. Good to see you this morning. So the word blessing is a very interesting one. It's got a long etymology. It goes way back to the 15th century in English it actually derives from the word benediction. So blessing goes back to bless, which comes from benediction. And benediction is like a prayer. It's saying, thank you to the divine. We're thanking the divine for earthly and temporal things. It's also to express favor, saying that favor is a really interesting word too, but the idea is to say, hey, the light shines here. It's to bring a hopeful and good set of words or thoughts or feelings to a specific action or person, so that it is good. You might bless the food, so to speak. That means to sit at the table and to say thank you for our food, right? Also, I remember growing up, I had a grandpa who used to say, if you don't bless your food, you'll end up with a stomachache. I don't know how true that is or not, but as a kid, I was like, oh, I better pray for my food. So it's a really interesting word. And then if you go even further back, this comes in the Greek, and then earlier than that in the Hebrew. The Hebrew word for blessing, I can't even pronounce it right. It's D-E-U-T, to bless. If somebody studies Hebrew, please correct me. But the idea of this is to call something chosen, to revere, or to show favor to. So the idea there almost saying, hey, you're setting apart something. You're recognizing it as important. So it's a really interesting word, and it's actually, for me, it has special, Olivia says doot. Thank you. Yes, doot. D-E-U-T. We'll go with doot. It's a really interesting word because for me, it's tied up in a lot of different things, but it's used very frequently in biblical language. It's used in colloquial language. We don't even think about what we're saying when we say it. And so I want to talk about those different things. So first, you might bless your food. Do you guys pray when you eat? Do you pray over your food when you eat? You might bless your food. This is an act of saying, hey, I'm really thankful for this thing. Hey, what we say in our house, please bless this food to the nourishment of our bodies, meaning, hey, let us eat something here that's good for us. And then I also like to tack on, maybe do some good work with the energy we've been given, right? Because I'm a trainer, and we're earning our carbs here, right? We're going to have some toast, and I want us to do some good work with this thing. But even more so from a spiritual perspective. Hey, if I'm going to be eating, I better be using this energy for a good purpose. I better be using it for a good reason, right? Because otherwise, I'm a waste of food here. It could be feeding somebody else who would do bigger and better things with it, right? So we bless the food to spend time recognizing it. And in our household, we don't go without many meals, and so we're thankful and we're blessed to have our food. We also say bless you. That's from an older version of what we thought happened when we sneezed, right? So once upon a time, people thought that when you sneezed, you were actually emitting a spirit, and to bless somebody was to say, oh, hey, just because you lost an important part of your spirit there, I hope you're going to be okay. We still say bless you today when people sneeze. It feels rude not to. My wife has this very interesting superpower where she can sneeze like 30 times in a row. So like in our house, there's a three bless rule. So she'll sneeze, bless you, darling. She'll sneeze again, bless you. Third time, bless you. And then anything after that is like, it's understood that saying bless you at this point is just, well, it's over the top, right? But we still say that today. And that's very interesting because I don't believe you're emitting a spirit when you sneeze. I believe you got a little irritation going on in your sinus cavity and your body's expelling, trying to get, I don't know what my wife's doing when she sneezes 30 times. It's like a family thing. Her twin brother does it. Her pawpaw does it. It's like a really special ability that's passed down for many generations. So that's interesting. Blessing in biblical terms. So there's this idea in the New Testament that to bless somebody, to lay hands on them, is to show love and to give them strength in a way that they couldn't give for themselves. There's also several accounts through the New Testament of a blessing being a healing act, of drawing attention to this very specific time and place and sending somebody forward in goodness. This is really powerful. And then all the way back in the Old Testament, you have God at the beginning of time creating things and then blessing them, saying he saw that it was good and blessed them, is what he says about the things that he creates. And then fast forward a little bit into the Old Testament, I really love it's called the priestly. It was actually one of the first benedictions recorded, which is a prayer of blessing. And that is in, I want to say, Leviticus and Deuteronomy. But it goes, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine down upon you and be gracious to you. May he show you his favor and give you peace. That's what they prayed over. That's what the priest prayed over the people. That was the benediction, the blessing. That was the thing that they left them with, so to speak. Good morning, Robin. Good to see you. So blessing has so many very, very interesting meanings. And it's such an important word to me that we named our second born, our youngest, our spunky, stubborn punk of a kid. We named him Bennett. Bennett is a derivation of the word benediction. And so his name means blessing. And I love that his name means blessing because this little guy, he embodies so many things about what the word blessing, I think, really means. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a story about my kiddo, and then I'm going to try to wrap all these thoughts up in a nice bow for you. So Bennett is this guy. He's such a lovable, intelligent, happy, powerful human being. He's 3 years old, okay? As he continues to grow, his personality emerges more and more, and I don't know what else to tell you guys, but watch out. Like, just look out. This guy. And Gabriel has his merits, and I can't wait to talk to you about Gabriel, but his name doesn't mean blessing. His name means something else that I'll talk to you about some other time. But Bennett, he has been some work from a parent's perspective. He has been some work. It takes a lot of work to love this kid well. And I don't mean because he's not lovable. I mean because on one hand, he can be the most joyful and humorous and interesting and intelligent human being you've ever met. And then within the next 3 minutes, he is the worst person you've ever met in your whole life. He just does the weirdest stuff, and he can be recalcitrant and angry and stubborn and frustrating, right? And it's crazy because no matter what this kid does, I know he is my son, but it's weird. I watch him. So I say that because, fathers have a predisposition toward loving their children and being proud of them and, speaking highly of them and all those things. But I'm not kidding. This kid makes a friend out of everybody. And the weird thing about it is I remember him being about 18 months old or whatever, and he'd toddle around and people are like, oh, what a sweet child. I'm like, yeah, you don't have to live with him because he's sweet now, but I promise you we're about to deal with something in a second that, it's not so sweet. But he had everybody fooled. But I don't think they were fooled. I think that they saw in him the core of it. He is a blessing. He's a very, very good embodiment of what blessing means. He can be really like yesterday. His mom was like, "Don't do that," and he goes, "No." And usually he listens pretty well. But no, I'm not doing this, Mom. Stomps his foot and, makes his fist. I'm not doing this. And he was serious about this no, which we can't have. Like, can't have young Bennett. He doesn't know this, but right next to the Priestley that he's named after, may the Lord bless you and keep you, there's the 10 Commandments. Honor thy father and mother, that it should go well with you all the days of your life. So we're working on this honoring mom thing. So no. And so, I do the dad thing and we sit in his room. Sometimes discipline for him just looks like, hey, sit still, look at me. We're going to deep breathe and we're going to talk about this thing in a second. For my boys, sitting still is more painful than other forms of punishment that could be given. They hate sitting still. They would, Gabriel, can you just spank me, Dad? I would rather that than have to sit here and deal with this way. I don't want to sit still. Anyway, so we're working on the honor the father and mother thing, but that's blessing, because blessings like that. There are things in our lives that look terrible and difficult and hard, but they are the blessing of our life. They matter. They're really important, and they're molding us into who God made us to be. Blessings are like that, because we think of blessings as these like hunky-dory things that kind of shine down from the sky, gold falling on my head, or I've been blessed with a new car, or blessings aren't that. Material things, sure, that's nice, but blessings aren't that way. Blessings are things in our life that we have to work hard to appreciate. That's what blessings really are. Because when you look at the etymology of the word, a blessing is not a gift. It's not something somebody gave to you that you're really excited about. A blessing is something that you make with your words and your attention. That's what a blessing, that's what a benediction is to call something good, and because you believe it's good, and because you treat it good, and because you treasure it, it becomes good. That's what a blessing is. We've heard of blessings in disguise. Most blessings are in disguise, and they're waiting for us to call them out. Next time you're sitting in front of your food and you say grace or you bless it or whatever, think about it for a little while. Think about how important this is and what this meal might allow you to do. And think about the fact that we take this thing for granted so often. If you're watching me or you're listening to me right now, you have technology today that didn't exist even 10 years ago, much less 1,000 years ago. You probably have running water. You probably got to sleep in a warm bed tonight without having to worry about getting eaten by a bear. All of these things are blessings, and we don't call them good on a regular basis because we don't even notice them. Here's something I want to say to you and about me right now. There is a 1 in 500 trillion chance that you would exist today. Do you know everything that had to happen to bring you into being right now? And what a blessing your life is. Whether there's suffering, whether there's pain, whether there's grief and difficulty and torment and resentment and anger and all those things, it's a blessing that you're here at all. And I'm calling you good, and I'm calling the circumstances of your life, I'm calling them good. And hey man, I don't know you, but isn't it better that you're here? Isn't it better that you have the opportunity to make the most of it? Blessing is a weird word because we tend to think of blessing as the things we enjoy and that we appreciate and that call out to us and say, hey, isn't it great that I exist? Isn't it great that I'm here? Blessings aren't like that. I promise you that the word blessing actually means something very different. And it is that thing that you have to work really hard to appreciate to its fullest extent. And because you work hard at it, and because you put attention on it, and because you love it, then it's good. And I'm thankful that at the beginning of time, God did that with us. He called us good and blessed us. So, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May he make his face to shine down upon you and be gracious to you. May he show you his favor and give you peace. Guys, this has been Alex Van Houten in Better Daily Live on Word Thursday. Thank you for joining me for meditations on the word blessing. I'd love to hear from you. What's the word blessing mean to you? Until next time, it's just 1%. You got this.
Thank you for joining us for your 1% Better today. Don't forget to subscribe for the podcast. Leave us a raving review to tell others how Better Daily has helped you in your journey. If you want more Better Daily, download our app and join our Betterment family at betterdaily.live. Use code POD to get 25% off your subscription. That's POD, all caps, to save 25% on your subscription. We all have a cross to carry. It's lighter when we do it together. Go to betterdaily.live today.